Wilder and Fury, I got Wilder in another knockout. In a knockout. I felt that he should have won the first one on a knockout, and it wound up being a draw. And I'm okay with the draw. But in that rematch, I see him winning by knockout.
Both guys have been through it. You can't take the risk of Wild landing that shot again.
But he made a few changes from a trainer to actually might even come in heavier in this fight. I think something like 270. Do you think that's good for him to come in heavier, like just to impose his size, I guess?
Because I know he also said something about he wants to go out for the knockout, and I think doing that, I think Fury's taking too many chances because Wilder hits hard, and all it takes is one punch. I think Fury.
What do the trainers think?
One more round than
The trainers pick who's going to win.
If he focuses on winning the fight, he can win it by a decision round by round. We've seen it a lot, just Ortiz in the last fight. Ortiz was winning the fight, and until he got, a little confident, and he got caught and knocked out. I think Fury could
Piece of pugilism.
that decision. But if he wants to take chance, saying I'm gonna go knock him out, well, that'll show a lot of heart, and it'll give us a really good fight. But he's
Absolutely.
also risking too much, risking getting hit and getting knocked out. So if he does, then good, man. Then I'm excited. I'll be more than happy to see something like that. A good fight, good knockout. But it's too much chances that he's taking. But he's a warrior, man.
So with your experience, how would you work a corner for a fighter like that wants
I would
to?
try to win round by round and win that decision. That's what he needs. He needs
Man said he ain't winning no decision. Robert Garcia, man said think he can't win no decision here. He in the other man's home field, baby, homeland. He got to go for the knockout. He got to go for the knockout. And I admire that, Fury. Go for it, baby.
But he's also risking getting knocked out. So, if he does that, then more respect to him. More respect to him.
Yes, Kenny, who you got winning the rematch in February?
Wilder and Fury, I got Wilder in another knockout. In a knockout. I felt that he should have won the first one on a knockout, and it wound up being a draw. And I'm okay with the draw. But in that rematch, I see
So Robert Garcia, he really said a whole bunch, but didn't make a decision. Kenny Porter says picks Wilder. Now we got Ben Davison here. Who did he pick? I'm sure he's going to pick Fury.
Wilder didn't do anything special. Tyson switched off. Proving that.
Hey, I'm black. Never been on welfare in my life, but I have been drunk quite a few times in my life. I have been drunk. I'm not a drunk though. Back at you, Lisa Bales. Piece of pugilism, beautiful.
Someone said the vice versa. It was Wilder who turned on during those two knockdowns, and when he's able.
Salute to you, realist one.
Like I say, if he switched something on, he obviously needs to do a little bit more because he landed the shot, Tyson got back up, and that's what it was. Arguing over milliseconds or whatever. Or thinking
Get to your answer. Get to your pick, Ben Davison. I guess so. We already know Fury.
he's trying to build confidence in himself and in his own mind.
Lisa Bales, what are you doing right now?
He's got a fantastic team, and I'm sure both fighters can improve.
You sitting up,
Well, building his
feet kicked up on the couch?
I remember you saying in the back of his mind, when he does wind up fighting Tyson again, there's going to be that word
Damn,
that
hate
he
is
could
real?
look back
You mean the
and
first-
say, do you think there's just an equal amount in Tyson's
Yeah,
mind? That
that's probably Krusty
I could
Clark's
get knocked
friend
out
though.
Against this guy who's got a great punch of
He's part of the Krusty Clark
Realistic, Tyson
crew.
Wilder has the power to hurt anybody. And he said going into the first one, I might get put down, but I'll be getting back up.
Oh,
You know,
He makes his peace
You
with
know
that
what I mean?
reality, and it doesn't.
it happened because
so it's the realest one.
through 1,000 times, really.
The realest one is chilling with the realest black welfare drunk on YouTube. Thank you, realest one. Recognizing the realest black welfare drunk on YouTube. Right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Oh, Lisa Bell's got the wrench. She got on the ass. Lisa! Ain't nobody used a wrench in forever. You don't have to do that, Lisa. I'm past, you know, my first year, motherfuckers used to bother me. Now I'm just smooth with the whole shit. Now they into Floyd Mayweather Sr. And you know, let me speak on some real shit. Right now, with the way you see Floyd Mayweather Sr. faring with the memory loss and a lot of that, can you now empathize with Floyd Mayweather and his constant message during his boxing constant message during his boxing career of saying, you know, it's not cool to take punishment. It's not cool to take punishment. And with the boxing style of hit and not get hit, Mayweather probably seen this coming a long time ago. Hit the like button. And you can see why Floyd became a master defensiveman. Well, in the earliest career, he got in those battles, though. You know what I'm saying? He got in those battles. And think, May Jr.'s career was longer than his father's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather Jr. had a longer career than his father did. So think about it, man. Now you start looking at that, you're like, damn. I know that hurt Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And then his uncle's sick as shit too. Yeah, he learned what not to do, or how. Yeah, in other words, true. How for sure the way he didn't want to become. What he didn't want to become victim to. You know what I mean? He wanted to maintain all his faculties. And this was a process. This is not just like, it's more accelerating now in the last year or two we can see. But it was a process of this you can see happening 5-10 years ago, you know? I mean, look at Holyfield. You know what I mean? Beating up your cerebral mechanisms, your brain mechanics is getting thrashed, and membranes and shit, bro, and cells. It's a brutal sport. I'm not mad at shit for Floyd Mayweather, how he choose to take his career, which all he did was fight the best. You know what I'm saying? And how he brash and brag. He worked hard for that shit, man. He worked fucking hard.
The first time, do you expect him to do even better, or do you think?
Exactly, man. Got to do nothing but respect Floyd. And I hate the constant. I don't like some of the things Floyd Mayweather do, but I understand why he do it. I understand how he got that way, where he come from, where he is, you know. So I used to be, like I said, I wasn't the biggest Mayweather fan at all in the beginning. He's grown on me. Mayweather's just grown on me over the years. But at the beginning, I wasn't. I just kept picking against him and kept losing fucking money. I was picking against him and losing fucking money. It was only like 2 or 3 fights I picked against him, but losing fucking money. I'm like, damn, I'm not going against this motherfucker. Gotta respect it. Champ Boxing, Peace and Pugilism. Marcus Maxwell, Peace and Pugilism. I definitely emphasize boxers who have brain trauma. You know? That's why there's no way now I'm going to hate on Mayweather, anything he do. Like he says, family is first. You know what I mean? We know how expensive medical attention is in the world right now. The shit is like doubling and tripling. And you gotta, and when you're dealing with brain trauma, you can imagine how much that shit costs. You feel me? And the treatments. Man, get that money. Let them get it, man. Especially the ones who's really, really, you know, contributed quite a bit to the sport, like a Mayweather. Some fighters are just gladiators. Israel Vasquez lost his eye in 4 wars with Rafael Marquez. Vasquez says he has no regrets either. That's what's up. Is George Foreman only one not punch drunk? I guess so. George Foreman did not take a lot of punches through his career though. George Foreman was just giving all the fucking punches for the most part. Go watch George Foreman's fights and see how much punishment George Foreman actually took in his career. Not a lot. Peace to Real Knox. What's up, champ? George Foreman perhaps took the least amount of punishment in his boxing career than almost any boxer. You know what I mean? Real talk. Besides, like maybe a Lennox Lewis didn't take a lot of punishment due to how he fight. It's just like when a motherfucker was able to really touch Lennox Lewis, they took his ass out of there. You know what I mean? But George Foreman, the most punishment he took in his career was when he came back in the comeback from retirement. George Foreman took more punishment in his comeback, which was the shorter part of his career, than he did when he was 22, 21, 22, 23, 24. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Maxwell, Champ Boxing, Toby. Yeah, all the usual suspects and beautiful spirits in the place to be. And I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep me rocking and rolling and going through. Sincerely. Yeah, George, yes. George, and again, what other, you got George Foreman, Lennox Lewis, ain't punch drunk. What other heavyweights ain't really punch drunk? Buster Douglas ain't very punch drunk, but he wasn't in all those serious wars like a lot. But Ernie Shavers unexpectedly is very, very clear at his age, and being one of the oldest. See, some motherfuckers' craniums is harder than others. And they were tougher back in the day. Look at all the fucking abuse Dick LaMotta took. And Dick LaMotta was clear as fuck when he spoke, all the way until he died. You feel me? All the punishment he took from Sugar Ray Robinson by himself. He took major punishment from Sugar Ray Robinson, but still, he was able to talk clearly as hell to the moment he died. I would say he took the most punishment from either Holyfield or Tommy Morrison. He got touched up. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the second half of his career. He was getting touched up against old boy, who he eventually knocked out. He was getting banged out by him until he finally caught him though too. What's who we talking about? Oh my God, y'all know who I'm talking about. Who he lost to? Yeah, Michael Moore. Exactly. Toby, come on. What y'all talking about? Lisa, the queen of boxing, salute. No doubt, Lisa Bales is everywhere. So I'm like, Lisa Bales either is in the business or she really motherfucking dig boxing. So I know if a woman, you got a woman into boxing that hard. You know what I mean? Smoochie as well. Them motherfuckers probably know they're boxing. George took some punishment. Oh, when he was older, I remember one fight. He had a broken jaw. He used to, yeah. All his punishment was in his second career, his comeback, and he took some hits. He was a fucking punching bag for most of those dudes. Real talk. He was a punching bag in a lot of those fights. It was bad. And he was too slow to get that many punches in the other way. Hit the like button if you can. I appreciate you. Bro, is 18 too late to start boxing as a bantamweight? No, depending on your dedication, focus, and self-determinism, and your sacrifice. It depends on your sacrifice, your dedication, self-determinism, and focus. Those four things, that's cultural freedom. sacrifice. I mean, if you starting at 18, no women, no partying, no alcohol, no dirty eating. Your whole entire temple have to be in optimum condition, mentally. You have to be. Yeah, it has to be a trinity. You got to be mentally, spiritually, physically in unison to make up from, to not make up, should I say, to try to get in there, focus, learn what you haven't learned, to shorten up your learning curve. You know what I mean? And try to get the maximum out of your abilities, even though you started late. So, no, I wouldn't say it's too late. It's a lot of fighters that started late and became, look at Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder didn't start till he was 20, right? Or 19. So, but it's a lot of fighters. So, you got it. You can do it. Joshua started late too. Most of these motherfuckers here starting late. And you just mentioned a point. Damn. That was a great fucking question. Who asked that? Browadis. Peace and pugilism to you. You reminded me of something I was thinking earlier. Specifically, you know why we don't see one of the reasons why we don't see the super exciting fights that we saw in the past eras, even going back to the 90s, because it seemed like a lot of fighters are starting later rather than earlier in their career. They're starting in their late teens. You know what I mean? Late teens, early adulthood with boxing. They're not starting at 5, 6, and 7 like the greats, and the many motherfuckers back in the past. Wilder started late. Joshua, late. We talking about teenagers. Late teens, they're starting fighting. Late teens, early 20s. Or just right at 20. It's many on that list. And fighting today, they're starting late. Charlos, they started late. A lot of the fighters right now started late. You can see it in their skill set. So I think in this era, this era of boxing has a higher number of fighters that started very, very late with boxing, or even in adulthood, than ever in the history of boxing. And that's why we don't see the truly highly competitive fights that we saw in the past eras.
I think this year we'll see him working with a lot of elite.
The bantamweight prime is earlier. Then okay. Then make sure. Look, hey, everything comes in 7, right? 7 is a holy number. In 7 years, be completely dedicated, focused, self-determined, and disciplined, and cut all. That means if you want to start at 18, you better not do anything else with your life from now until you reach your goal. That's how I feel. So to tell you that you can do it, I don't believe so. I'm going to be a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer now in my life. So I completely empathize with you if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I just think you have to be completely 300% dedicated. I mean, nothing else truly exists in your universe. It's just boxing. Oh, thank you, bro. I'm being completely honest with you. You could do it right now at 18, but you have to sacrifice everything else to reduce and shorten the learning curve because you're starting from behind.
But that wasn't a great performance.
That depends on your progress, I guess. That depends on you. If they see a natural, even if you start at 18, people will see whether you pick up quick or not. People will notice, well, okay, he has abilities, the faculties, he has certain natural instincts and things that he pick up quick and fast. And it's about reducing your learning curve. So It's up to you. And if it don't pick you up at 22, 23 ain't late. You still got 7 years to bang the fuck you need to do, bro. But be completely focused. And what I mean by focus means fixated on conquering an unusual situation every day. And the unusual situation is you're starting out boxing at 18 years old rather than 8 years old. So you got to understand you're 10 years behind the curve. So you must be focused, fixated on conquering unusual situations every day. And that's how you're going to get it. But I believe 100%, 300% you could do it if you go by that path. Focused. Hashtag that. That is an original by me, an original backronym.
Will he have to let his hands go more?
Last prediction, Blue. Come on, man. You keep wanting me to give a prediction.
No, he will have to punch it, and he'll have to try and match Fury's
I don't got no predictions.
And obviously, if you're going to let a guy with the boxing,
I will never grow up and don't care if I ever do.
Control the distance and work off.
Well, you already grown up, probably. You know what I mean? I think you mean you'll never, Tim W. I guess you think you mean you'll never let the youthful spirit go, and you shouldn't.
As simple as that.
You know what I'm saying? It's duality. We could be mature and still have a child at heart too. Keep his mind fresh, popping, moving. Up with the younger folks, keep us young, keep us healthy, keeps us sharp. The U.S. stooped. Yeah, the U.S. stopped investing in boxing like in the past. Yeah, Olympians were well respected. It's so unfortunate, and there's not as many gems. No, it's not as many gems, but you're right. But it's still gems there. So that's why you got it. If you're dedicated, you'll find them. You're right, Lisa Bills. If you're dedicated, you'll find them, and you'll do what you got to do. You're right. It's not as many gems. But yeah, the age threshold with fighters are starting boxing today is a lot later than it was. You know what I mean? 15 years ago and back. And so that's the difference I think we see now in the quality of fights that we're seeing today. So I'm glad that was a good thing he brought up. It brought my mind back to that, which make a good discussion. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with what I said? You know what I mean? Because that's just my thesis. Broward this. When you become champ, don't forget Eminem got you on the champion. Got me on a champion mindset. Champion mindset. 4, man. 4. Culture of freedom. 4, baby. 4 is a powerful number too. But 3, that thing, that focus, dedication, sacrifice, those 3, and self-determination. If you're determined, you're gonna get it. Like I'm determined to still be like biggest motherfucker on YouTube or social media somehow. I'm going to do it. I got to sacrifice though. That means I'm going to have to put pussy to the side. I got to put partying to the side. I have to put, well, the liquor will be beside me, but I got to put like everything else on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? And really dig my teeth into this shit. I got to. And and bro, I'll be doing it for 45 years old. So you're not alone, brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. I didn't mean to say pussy. Sorry if I said that and if that offended any of the ladies. My apologies. Now, liquor is not a must. You know what I mean? And liquor is not a must at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's something most people do, and I use it as a reality button to like gather affinity. You know what I mean? Hey, let's have a drink. It's a conversation starter, whatever. What you like to drink? Oh, boom, boom. But it's not like because I'm trying to really promote it. But, I came from one mind. What you talking about? What did I miss? What was you responding to, Lisa Bells? Andre Ward was the last gold and didn't get his due respect. True indeed. Yeah. Age is just a number. Yep. Thanks for the advice, bro. I appreciate it a lot, man. You've made me more driven. Yeah. Focus. Yeah. But focus, maintain that drive. But, a lot of people going to doubt you. fuck them all, put earplugs on, and go about your business. Live a clean, focused life, man. Fixated on conquering undesirable, unusual situations every day. I came from one, Myron. What you meant? Which? Oh, you came from one? Yeah. Oh, I did too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just didn't want to be offensive. You know, I'll be on y'all. I'll be talking freely and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'll be like, sometimes like, you know, I lose myself, I guess, or I forget my manners. You know, because I'm just talking as if we were regular people, friends, and y'all know me. Alisa Bells, you mean pizza? That's right. She meant pizza, baby. She meant pizza. The meat lovers, too. Fuck the vegetarian. We talking about that meat lovers. Without a doubt, Lisa. Where's there a Smoochie gone? Did Smoochie leave Lisa by herself? Because we had a couple of ladies up in here. Where you go, Smoochie? You gone? I think she gone because we down to 12 people. Toby, they come up here flirting with Lisa Bells. Y'all two got a thing going on. We got a thing going on. Or you two, not we. At least I did too. We got them in the UK. Toby Bartlett. Definitely. Sugar Ray Leonard and others used to be on cereal boxes. You know what? Yes. Back in the day, man. I know. What is going on? What is the cause of that, you think? Is it to reduce? Was it Mayweather? Is it to reduce and strip some of the opportunities? Because boxing is a poor man's sport for the most part. What's the cause? Why is the Olympics broke? The Olympics, to be truthful, the Olympics overall, are they are they grabbing the attention from the world like they used to in the past? So you have to ask that question as well. I don't think the Olympics is grasping the world audience like it used to in the past. I think it's been dipping on a decline. And I bet if they do, I don't know, but I'm just off observation. I bet you if somebody I want some dates right now. I'm gonna get me some dates. I bet you if somebody look at that, they can tell if somebody has that statistic. Hit the like button, beautiful spirits. Why does the number keep going down, dude? We got a boring talk here today. I thought we had a great talk. The best athlete don't box no more. True indeed. Yeah. They're going for sports looking for more money. C stands, I remember. Best athlete turned to NFL or NBA. They seem, but I never looked at think that is what motivated a fighter, just the athlete. I think fighting is something usually, picked up through family, different types of neighborhoods, whatever was most available to that kid in their neighborhood, in their presence. And if there was more basketball courts in the neighborhood, you'll see them more likely play basketball. But there was more gyms in every neighborhood somewhere around, like the neighborhood gyms. Used to have all that stuff sometimes, boxing bags. Then you have more students get into fighting. We definitely need more fighters right now because these kids are scared to take a punch and they're willing to pull a trigger before anything. So we've grown a lot of chump-ass kids over the last 2 generations, 3 generations. My generation starting that too. Oh, I got some dope dates for y'all. Any of y'all fuck with these dates? Oh my God, they all banging. Canelo's putting that type of hard work. Oh shit! Don't be starting. Y'all here, you here trying to start some shit. Mentioning Canelo. Mayweather influenced this whole generation. And if they follow Mayweather and they look at his career, they see a Mayweather that was in that motherfucker tactician and banging. They more following the last 5, 6, 8, 10 years. Go to his whole career. If you want to see what Mayweather really went through and how he fought. Dates is awesome, man. Watch out for Tim W, Lisa. Watch out for Tim W, Lisa. I don't know about Tim W. Tim W, you know, one minute he cool, one minute he be joning on you and shit. One minute he be like, "What's up, Magnus?" Another minute he be trying to, you know, throw dirt on your name. I done seen him. A lot of these two-faced people out there ain't cool. All right. So, I mean, birds of a feather flock together. I see Tim W. I see how he moves sometimes. While I be going to other people's lives and posts. I mean, I know how he did to me on that live the other day on IBFP shit. I went back and looked at the comments. All right, damn, Tim W, I thought you was cool. He didn't making jokes about me on drinking shit and being funny. Even when I'm making real ass comments too. Real commentary. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. I see how motherfuckers move up in here. You know what I'm saying? He just go with the flow. Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying he could be ain't being cool. He could be cool, but sometimes he could be hot too, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Real what? What's real? That's an adjective. Ask Tim W what happened. He know what happened. I'm just asking. Yeah. At the IBFP live. No, dates, brother. Hit the like button, beautiful spirits, please. If you can't, if you haven't, appreciate you. But so what's up with Caleb Plant denying Canelo's offer? And then, you know what I mean, the barrage that Caleb Plant has received now. What's up with that bullshit? Since somebody mentioned Canelo. Lock dogs in friend zone. What you doing? UGC, peace and pugilism. These dates is good as shit. Will you say Sergio Martinez was God gifted? The one that Cotto beat that had a peg leg in his last fight, the jacked up knee. That's Sergio Martinez from Argentina. That's Sergio Martinez. Canelo ain't carrying on nobody. No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome to the MGM Grand.
He was pretty good.
Up with Gerald Washington.
He's coming back to what? Embarrassment? Who is he going to fight?
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Carson, California.
Poor guy. Poor guy need money. The issue is Caleb is he knows he won't win on points. Canelo will never lose on points. So Plant is trying to get as much money as he can. Laura beat Canelo and looked what happened. That is fact. Forrest Laura beat Canelo. You know what? If I'm fighting Canelo, I would not be worried about, honestly, I wouldn't be worried about the judges or worried about losing by points. Canelo's ain't knocking out nobody that ain't been knocked out before multiple times. Real talk. I've already broke that down. Canelo's not knocking out anybody, anyone that haven't been knocked out multiple times before. So, I would look to fight Canelo because if you're the superior boxer, can do it. If you can go ahead and look very, very good. Whereas you get an argument in the public eye that you won the fight, that builds your name up very good. And it just does nothing but hurts Canelo's career. It hurts his name. It hurts his credibility. It hurts his recognition. So if you're dealing with Canelo, if how you feel is the truth, how many feel, which don't be worried about that. Take the opportunity anyway to put more of a brighter light on you. Because if you could showcase and look very, very good versus Canelo, even in the loss, your stock is went up. Does that make logical sense? Mr. Cheesehead B, piece of pugilism. Do you think if a boxer fought journeyman and brought his record to 25-0, he would get a world title shot? Fuck yeah. Yeah, definitely today. You go on wants to put a pension on boxing. A pension in boxing, good idea. That's excellent. On Fighters Assigned to him. That's awesome. I think every fighter needs it. That'd be a wonderful thing. They've dedicated their whole entire career to one sport. Now, very few is going to do a lateral move and really get down with, of course, like investing or learning other things to make a career, a career after boxing. A lot of them may not have the discipline or been taught how to do that. So for them to have a pension, something to fall back on, I mean, definitely when they're when the punishment and wear down for being a fighter catches up with them, I think they need that. Do we want to see fighters like Benitez? We want to improve the sport. So yeah, boxing needs a pension all the way through. I agree 100%. At least a couple 100,000, right? It hurts Canelo name, but Plant doesn't want to lose his title over some BS. Yeah, but if he, the thing is, how you going to hurt Canelo is that keep putting him in the tight situations and keep having him associated with suspect decisions. If Canelo career is filled with so many suspect decisions, it's eventually going to be a dark shadow over Canelo. That's how you're going to, and it's going to be so many of those shadows witnessed by so many people from different regions of the world that that's going to be he's going to have a miserable, life after boxing. Because everybody going to look at him like, his name going to be associated and synonymous with cheating, favorite refs, and what the fuck is going on? Oh shit, I'm talking about Canelo, and Dazin did not like that shit. I'm sorry. Jack Reese is the worst referee in boxing history, in my opinion. Yes, and you'll make even more money in the long run. What do you mean, Browders? As far as like being one of those, yeah. It's the same when Floyd was fighting. Having the same ref, everyone said the same. They have to knock him out to win. Yeah, but Floyd actually won his. Floyd outpointed. It wasn't like they weren't really close with Floyd. Those are two different situations because Floyd won his clearly outright. You could see. There's only two of them that people question, and that's Castillo or like the Madonna first fight. Other than that, nobody questions that with Floyd. But that is a stigma that will be on Canelo's name. And it's not looking good for him. Especially with that ESPN article that came out. Now, one ESPN article that came out a couple of weeks ago. So if I was Canelo, I would try my damnedest to fight the best and get them the fuck out of there. Because nobody want to be looked at as a protected champion or a paper champion. If Canelo keep winning fights or getting decisions that many people think he don't deserve, Canelo will be moving towards the paper champion domain. And that's not good. But at least he got his money. Mayweather already exposed the fake contract. And you'll make Lisa know, I can't see how you could implement pay scales without everyone coming together, shaking my head. Wilder fought journeyman past 35 fights. Yeah. But Mike Tyson fought journeyman up to 30 fights too. But nobody critiqued Mike Tyson for it. True. Mike Tyson fought journeyman all the way up to 30 plus fights. Look at his record. Nobody critiqued him for it. So let's keep the double standard fair for everybody. Wilder started later than Tyson. Tyson started at 13. Wilder started at what? 19 or 20. He had to make up that gap just like they did with Tyson. He's losing love. He lost love from all of them. You got some that's saying that, keeping hush and not saying nothing, but you got big legends that are speaking out, and that doesn't look good. His shit is tainted. I'm not saying he didn't fight everybody. I'm saying his first 30 fights to build Mike Tyson up were journeymen, just like Wilder. That's what, you understand what I'm saying? Look at Mike Tyson's first 30 fights. You don't know who the fuck they were. They were journeymen. And look at their records. Every fighter has the build-up process to build up their confidence and build up their hype, build up their career, their brand, their name. Every fighter has that. What do you think you're saying with Ryan Garcia, first 20 fights? It's to build up the Ryan Garcia name and brand. Every fighter does that. That's what we're doing with Gervonta Tank Davis. Mayweather had a lot less of that. Mayweather was so good early on. He came in, he had built bigger names on his resume early on. You know what I mean? More established fighters. But every fighter goes through that for the most part. Especially the ones who start in early and you got to just, nobody knows them and you got to build up esteem behind their name. What? He said he wants to retire by 26. See, he's a pretty boy. Ryan Garcia is a pretty boy. He wants to be a fucking model. He don't want to be a fighter. I don't think he will either. But he gonna give Devin some smoke. And Devin better be weary. That's what Teddy Atlas was saying about Mike. What? He didn't say nothing I just said. That he had to build him up. Yeah, you gotta do that with every fighter. That's common though. Especially if they didn't have an extensive amateur career. And again, Tyson didn't start till he was 13. So he was, in their minds, he was, to custom model minds, he started behind the curve, his amateur career. He had a short amateur career, a very short amateur career, and then the Olympic career. That's it, but very short. Shit, because Tyson went pro by what? 18? Tyson went pro at 18, right? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? So he lived with his trainer. That's what I'm talking about where Broadus need. Broadus, that's what a lot of those guys had. Tyson, school training, or a tutor training, school training for fucking 6 years, 7 years of his life. That's it. He started, I think, 19 or something, but late 18. But for 6 years, school training, every fucking day. That learning curve. Come from school training, watching film. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, where you have to be completely focused, dedicated, self-determined, and sacrifice. No wonder Tyson became a whore after that. He didn't get to do none of that shit in his young kids' days. No wonder he's just losing it. Because he really actually lived kind of a selfish, sheltered life for 6 years, because all he did was school and training for the most part. Besides the summer where he'd go spend home. But then that was probably for only a couple of weeks. He was back up there training again, wherever he lived with the model family. Yeah, he was a big step up, but he was falling back too. He wasn't. After Michael Spinks, here's a good measure. After Tyson beat Spinks, how many fights did Spinks have? Or should I say, how many fights did Michael Spinks have after the Tyson fight? Somebody answer that for me. I'll wait. How many fights did Michael Spinks have after his Tyson match? Exactly. You can't remember. Crawford. Nobody can. Yeah, because there's probably none. So what that tells you, they brought Spinks back just to build up Tyson's name. Spinks was already really out the door. But he was kept there on the shelf just to use for somebody like the young up-and-coming bright star in boxing to help build him up to become superstar status. And that's what Spinks was. That's what Larry Holmes was. Spinks, Larry Holmes, all those men, former champions, served that purpose for Mike Tyson. It's the same cycle. That's what they do. They do that right now. That's what Peterson was to Earl Spence Jr. You get it? Peterson was that. Peterson didn't want to fight no more. Really? That's how they do it. To build up the next generation of stars to keep the sport going. They use the yesteryear stars, superstars, as stepping stones. They use Terry Norris. They use that Sugar Ray versus Terry Norris. Sugar Ray was used to help Terry Norris step up, to become the next star. That's what they, but Terry Norris didn't pan out like a Sugar Ray Leonard. But that's what they did. Oh, 15 max fights per year. Broad. Yeah, kind of. De La Hoya was very young though. De La Hoya was still really young when that happened. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like close to his late 30s or 40s like Sugar Ray Leonard was for Terry Norris, or examples before that. How old was Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya when they met? Oscar knew he was seeing his way out, and what I feel is Oscar De La Hoya was using that fight because he promoted it as a gateway to becoming those type of fights as gateways to get into his promotional career for Golden Boy. Yeah, same for Canelo, and yeah, exactly. Canelo, Mayweather was that for Canelo, but Canelo got his ass whooped. But it still launched Canelo up. But by the fact he lost, by the fact that he lost to Canelo, lost to Mayweather, by the fact, that's the thing. That's why the same transition from the transition of superstardom that went from De La Hoya to Mayweather did not go from Mayweather to Canelo. Why? Canelo lost. You understand? I know y'all see that. Mayweather beat De La Hoya to rightfully take the crown. Canelo got embarrassed by Floyd, and that's why Canelo is not the pay-per-view king at all. He gets a little bit more than everybody else, but you don't see no $1 million subscribers. $1 million pay-per-views sales. None of that shit, really. And why? Because Chenko. That's why it was smart for Golden Boy to take the route and go with Dazn, because they were going to get more money in the long run going with the Dazn and the app than they would trying to survive on pay-per-view, because Canelo did not take the mantle from Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather showed that when he came back and did the McGregor fight that broke all the fucking records again. He showed that when he did the Pacquiao fight that broke anything. Canelo hasn't come shit close to any of that shit. So, Mayweather still is the champion. Mayweather still is the pay-per-view king. And nobody can dispute that. He can come back now. What you think this Khabib or this Conor McGregor shit's going to do if they fight again? 1.52 million pay-per-views. Canelo can't do that. It don't matter. That's why Canelo wanted Floyd Mayweather to come back. That's why Canelo asked for Floyd Mayweather to come back and have a rematch. He wanted to do that because he know he hasn't took over the mantle. That's why he wants to rematch with Floyd. So he could better beat Floyd if he can right now as Floyd older, so he could really take the mantle, redeem that loss, and really be the pay-per-view biggest draw in boxing. Canelo's not the biggest draw in boxing. Anthony Joshua is. So it's just a bunch of bullshit. Anybody calling Canelo the biggest draw in boxing, I'm like, God damn. What? But I feel they got to do it for the American side. But truthfully, the biggest draw in boxing is Anthony Joshua. Ain't no fucking lying about that shit. The numbers don't lie. This motherfucker get 85,000, 85 million in a fight. Canelo got 350 over 11 fights, 335. Joshua made fucking 120, 110 and 2. Who's the cash fucking cow? Floyd didn't put on the gas, which, yeah, puts MK Ping MA fighters' heads that they can transition pretty easy. I don't know about that. Me neither, C-Stance. They're going to be getting their head busted. Definitely watching Wilder fights. You slagging off Canelo again. Somebody asked the question, man. I'm talking about the actuality of the numbers and the price game. I ain't talking shit about, you know, his fights. I'm just talking about the numbers and the pay-per-view and I know I'm busting real shit. You know what I mean? I'm just like, by the fact that the mantle never really transitioned like it did from from De La Hoya to Floyd, from Floyd to Canelo, is because Canelo lost versus Floyd. Maybe they was hoping Floyd would win. That's why one of those scorecards they gave to Canelo, because they needed Canelo to win that fight. And Floyd like, fuck you. I'm going to beat your fucking ass. I'm king. And he ain't passed the banter. And that stuck and fucked up Mayweather, Canelo, and De La Hoya. We ain't got to agree with everything. Nah, not at all. He fights his hunger shows, no doubt. AJ losing to Andy the way he did, he not better than Wilder or Fury. I can't disagree with you on that. I can't disagree with you on that. I can't put Andy Ruiz ahead of Wilder or Fury either. I definitely can't do that. Yeah, De La Hoya hates Floyd because Floyd screwed him. But shit, a lot of people hate De La Hoya. Shit, he got issues with Canelo. De La Hoya got a lot of fucked up issues going on. De La Hoya do. Motherfuckers calling him out. Canelo, Ryan Garcia. De La Hoya can't even remember his fighters' names, and Blair the Flair. He calling this motherfucker Brian. He can't remember. De La Hoya better get his shit together. He don't got Mayweather's discipline. De La Hoya don't got Mayweather's discipline. And that's why he's behind Mayweather. And that's why Mayweather beats him at everything. But he's the golden boy. Shit. Beat him and his prospect. It didn't pass the banter to help Canelo out. And now they need to just create this shit. The American boxing world industry is just want to create this mystique of Canelo. And it's becoming so fucking over fucking drawn. Not overdrawn, but so much overkill. So much like just ridiculous bullshit that they trying so hard that it's making Canelo look, it making Canelo look fake. He's been protected. It's not making him look good. And like you said, man, they always saying, Mexicans, and that's the thing that blew up in Canelo. They always saying that Mexican Mexican people don't go against their fighters. They are this year. Shit, they are versus Canelo. So Canelo's doing something wrong, man. You know what I mean? And Canelo, like, besides his slow ass feet and bullet knee, fucked up knee, he got the skills. I don't think he had the discipline. He keep gaining all this fucking weight. I don't think he got the discipline either. And De La Hoya beat the shit out of Canelo if there was a fight. That's the thing. Canelo couldn't beat De La Hoya in his prime. So if you can't even beat your freaking promoter, you know what I mean? It's hard. Now I'm not saying you don't see that. I think he's just he's protected. Canelo's protected. Wilder's protected. Come on, y'all. Let's call it spade. I mean, not a spade, but let's call it, keep it a buck, man. All the top motherfuckers are protected in some way. Joshua, they're protected, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to shit on everybody's parade tonight. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is, man. People are in the business, all right. And I have to be able to say it here on low nights with only 11 people in here than say it on a big ass platform. I'd rather say it right now 11 people than 1,100, and then 111 people up in this bitch. They all protected right now. Wilder's being protected. Joshua's protected. But Joshua and Matchroom take more. I would say both are protected to a degree, but Joshua and Matchroom definitely take way more risk than Wilder. Joshua is the least. They take a hell of a five more risk than Wilder and Canelo, but they all are protected to some degree. Okay? It's just that these two are way more protected than Joshua. But Joshua, I have to respect, and that's why I put him as my boy. I gotta respect him because he is willing to take the risk. He did it versus Klitschko. So I respect that motherfucker for putting his ass out, putting his neck out there. You know what I mean? And I'm always gonna give Joshua that respect and real ass, real appreciation. But these two motherfuckers, Wilder and Canelo, shit. Man, they get the fuck up out of here with these motherfuckers. I'm just being honest, man. I'm not trying to shit on nobody. I'm keeping it straight down the middle. You know what I mean? All I'm doing is the same shit. Wilder doesn't really believe in his ability. Yeah, neither did Finkel. If he didn't, they would go ahead and took that 35 and went up, but they thought he wasn't ready. He said he was a baby winning the title, meaning he wasn't there, he wasn't ready. So he pretty much said it. I would like to resort to the motherfucker as a baby. Shelly Finkel. I don't know about that shit. I think Finkel likes the sweaty Wilder though. You remember that old hug Shelly Finkel gave Wilder after the first Ortiz fight? Remember that hug Finkel and Wilder had after the first Ortiz fight? And Finkel got that big ass motherfucker Ferengi size head and shit. You know what I mean? And he was just engulfed. His head was in Wilder's chest and shit. You know what I mean? Nose right there by the goddamn armpits. And Wilder just holding him, looking up. And Finkel looked like he was just all comfortable, falling asleep right there and shit. Just like rubbing against the fucking sweat. I thought that was some wild ass fucking picture. That was some wild shit. I'm like, you're like chicken skin, big ass, bald headed, glasses and faces rubbing up all against Wilder's fucking chest and shit. And he's sweaty as a motherfucker. He felt like he felt right at home. Oh, Wilder, I'm proud of you, my son. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Canelo, I'm everyone's mandatory Alvarez. Yeah. That shouldn't be. I heard you talking about accountability in boxing. A lot. A lot? What's that mean we're boxing heading to? Oh, like I say, we're in a dry spirit. I guess we're in an economic cyclic, and we gotta wait for the process to go through. It's probably gonna get worse before it gets better. But I'm sure this has happened in the past. Boxing's been around longer than all of them, so I don't damn sure don't believe it's going nowhere. And I think it just may actually it's going to be. I think you're going to just see better talent spawn from different regions of the world. Filipino, like that. You're going to see better talent spawn from different parts of the world. You know what I mean? It's just gonna, the sport will migrate. You know what I'm saying? Just like basketball is doing. Basketball is doing the same thing, right? That's what's happening. You know, people are taking their attention to other parts, regions of the world where it's cheaper. They can manipulate the people more. Those who aren't um, hip to the game, to the business, they're leaving America because as the longer they're here, the more the American people will learn the business, be smarter to the business, and you can take less advantage of them, the sports, advantage of the people, meaning the people participating in the sport. And as they get smarter in the business, you know, ignorance go to wherever greed, like greed, you know what I'm saying? And evil, like that's evil though. Greed and evilness go hand in hand, right? And they go to wherever people are the most ignorant at. And that's where they set up tent. That's how I go. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they hate the PBC so much. If boxers are in the now, and even Crawford admitted that boxers are now more in the discussion rooms, you know what I mean, in the business meetings and learning more about the sport inside and out. That means you got motherfuckers like who run the shot callers. They'll be like, okay, we need to take the sport to some place where people don't know the business that well. And then they can do what? You know, take more advantage of them. So that's how it is. You have the more ignorant people of the sport than the business. My only beef is when people become man fans, cheerleaders. Well, that's what a fan is. We need more fighters like Sean Porter who are really, really about it. Yeah, I fuck with Sean big time. I feel boxing is lit. Okay, that's good, man. I don't know, how old are you? That shows it must be an age difference between you and me. So Myron, do you think Fury would take more risk if he wins as a champion? I think so. I could see Fury giving White Ruiz title fights. It might as well. I think he said it. I think he said Dylan White. He said 3 more fights or something, right? Joshua, Dylan White, and who else? Joseph Parker. But that was to answer your question to Lock Dog. My bag, it was drawn out, but it was a lot of thought. Mr. Cheesehead, see, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you just gotta start watching a lot of the film, man. Watch a lot of 80s boxing and just watch 80s and 90s fights. And you'll see what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You'll see what I'm talking about. Watch those fights. I think 90s was like the late, not necessarily the heavyweight division. I'm talking about all the divisions, but the 90s you had some, you know what I mean? The 80s and 90s you had some prime ass boxing going on in the welterweight division. You know what I mean? Around there, above and below, you had some hell of a fights. You know what I'm saying? In the lightweight to welterweight, it was lit in the motherfucking 80s. At the Brazil fight, he was asked, and his response was, "Good things come to those that wait." Yeah. That's what's up. You watch some of the old fights, though, man. You know what I mean? It's just like you should see shit. You ever seen now every fight is like a classic, but you just have some fights that's really, really like Alexis Arguello, Aaron Pryor fight. I know you've seen that fight, right? Alexis Arguello versus Aaron Pryor. I know you've seen the Ward and Gotti fights. You know, classic joints. Or you just see like amazing ability. But I got 70 minutes in. I'm about to get up out of here. Yeah, I'm 70 minutes. I'm gonna get up out of here in a minute. I would take a hit. Why would he take a 70-30 spin? Oh, y'all going back and forth? All right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here, champs. Yeah. They were fucking, yeah, it was some dogs. I hate to use that word, but it was some maestros. It was some beasts. It was some serious beasts and fucking came in the 80s, welterweights. Damn. It was some bad motherfuckers. And then before them, it was some bad motherfuckers. But yeah, you know, Hagler. Motherfuckers like that, man. The welterweights, though. Yeah. Those motherfuckers was a beast. Peace, y'all. Yeah, I'm out, man. Nice chilling with y'all. Cracked it up 4 times today, I think, right? It was all love. Shit, 5 times, I think. It was all love. Peace and pugilism to you. Enjoy your night. Have a great great times with your family. Peace, Lisa Bells. Thank you, beautiful. Get it going, Marcus Maxwell. You gotta grind hard. You know what I'm saying? Evelino to all, man. Enjoy. Keep your families tight. You know what I'm saying? And communication is the key to life. Evelino, peace and pugilism.